Welcome to Classic Car Cave. This has nothing to do with cars whatsoever. My wife and I have just been shopping at our local Interspar, and I had a razor or the razor blades. I needed to replace the new one I bought. It's called a Hydro something or other. And there's so many of these bloody things, and you buy a packet and then the bloody thing doesn't work or it doesn't fit together. I've got packets of stuff upstairs with 3 or 4 in that don't work because they're the wrong, and I'm sure they do it on purpose, that you have to buy this shit. Anyway, so let me explain the story very quickly. So we go down there, and the normal routine is my wife will go into the shop, and I'll wait about 10 minutes because she doesn't like me kind of hanging around. So, and then I'll go in sort of 10 minutes later, have a couple of cigarettes or whatever, 1 cigarette, and then go in and join her. Anyway, today, as I say, I needed this razor blade, or like a a razor blade, and so I took it with me. So I went to the part of the shop where they had these things, and there was just packets and different types, Gillette, Wilkinson, you know the one I'm talking about, all these disposable ones, and I couldn't find them. I was looking, and fortunately there was one packet, and they had it in one of these plastic security things. I'm sure you're aware of them. And there was 3 basically handles like this, razor blade handles, and they were on a cable. So 2 of them had blades on them, and the centre one didn't have a blade in it, but there was a blade behind, which when I tried to put it on, it didn't fit, so obviously the blade had gone. But I had mine in my hand, and I tried it on, and it fitted. I thought, great, so they actually had one box left, which is this one here, which they had, Wilkinson Sword Hydro 5. So basically what they were accusing me of was, this is not it, this is from the new pack. So anyway, I'll carry the story on. So anyway, we go to the checkout, my wife's checking out, I put the plastic box, the security box thing with the razor blades in it, we check out, and I left the old one on the counter where you take your food, where you take your products from. And I thought, I better grab that because somebody could catch their hand on the blade, possibly, whatever. So I put it off and I put it in the bag. We go outside to the car, I've opened the car up, put the bags in, and some geezer comes along and flashes me a badge, some detective badge, whatever, not police, but private security, I suppose. And says, he starts to talk to me. Of course, my German is very poor. And fortunately my wife was there with me, and I said, Hermina, I said, I don't know what this guy's saying. Anyway, he accused me of stealing the sample that was in one of the razors. So I took it. I said, but there's the receipt for it, because at first I thought he thought we were stealing the whole thing, but I said, it's in a security box, how could we steal it? Anyway, so I got it out, and I said, you can see it's been used, the hair's in there, my hair's in it. I was trying to explain to him, and Amina told him the same thing. My wife told him the same thing. But he insisted that we go in, and then he wants to he takes me into the little pokey room, my wife and I, and shows me some video footage of me supposedly stealing this thing. I said, but it's mine. The one I brought here to check it, because there's so many of the bloody things. Wouldn't have it. So I said, well, call the police. We've got no problems. Call the police. They took forever. Eventually, my wife went to the store manager, and she said, look, problem is, he doesn't work for Interspar. They're an outside security company, blah, blah, whatever. But what really pissed me off was the guy's attitude. He was quite a big guy, a bit unshaved for a week or 10 days. He looked like a tramp, to be honest. I didn't know who he was. And his attitude was pretty poor, to say the least. And when people have bad attitudes or talk to me in a certain way, unfortunately it's a red rag to a bull. I'm not a stroppy person, but when somebody speaks to me in a certain way, I get really pissed off quickly. And I said to the guy, listen, cut the attitude for a first thing. I said, and don't be talking to us like this, and certainly don't be doing your bullying mode, because he would speak to my wife, because she was a bit annoyed, of course. And every time I tried to move, he was doing this, like we're in a rugby field or something. I said, no, we're not going down this side. Just cut that out straight away. Stop trying to bully me or push me down, whatever. He didn't touch me or anything. So my wife went to the manager, the duty manager. She came round. I explained the situation. She explained the situation. She said, but I can see it's been used. And I said, well, yeah, even he said it's been used. And I said, it's fairly simple. You can check the DNA on it that it's mine. It's obviously mine. I said, and the reason I picked it up is I didn't want anybody to get caught with it. The police arrived. He then went out to speak to them. And I don't know what he said to them. I have no idea. And the manager said, look, this is obviously a mistake. You know, what he's seen, obviously. And he jumped on it very quickly because I was only in there for a few minutes. So I don't think he reviewed the footage very well. But there's a lesson here. And the lesson is, just be careful when you're in these places and you're looking at stuff. I mean, I've never had a situation like this in my life, and it kind of threw me back on my heels a little bit. I mean, we got it resolved, and he was still stood there trying to explain it to the police when we left. But it's just shows you how easy that things can turn. Anyway, I just wanted to put that over because, as it turns out, luckily, it's that way, I think. Is it that way or that way? But there you go, it actually fits. So I have a new razor and 8 new blades. So thanks for listening into my little thing, but just shows you how things can get out of control very quickly. But as usual, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby, and be careful what you do in front of cameras.